couple of days, I've been just messing around and trying to learn about the different stuff within this game. Initially I thought I was just going to fly over my house and see how my house looks like in the game, and then just call it done. But I don't know, there's something about this game. I mean, I've been just trying to learn more stuff about like how to use an airplane. So it's been quite fun for me for the past couple of weeks. I've been just messing around thanks to Game Pass. So yeah, if I were to look at my previous videos that I recorded for my reference purposes, it's just a total mess. But I kind of picked up how to use the autopilot. I guess it may just different in real life. And I think as I was learning about the autopilot, one of the things that I wanted to try was the what they call the ILS approach. It kind of lends you, like, I wouldn't call it as an automatic landing, but it really helps you in terms of landing your aircraft. I don't have to do the approach like manually on my own from start to the touchdown. So, which was quite fascinating. So I just wanted to record this video for my own purposes, and also for those of you like who want to try it from your end. So having said that, let's give it a shot. So typically, I'll be using Cessna Citation CJ4, and what I'm going to do is to start from San Diego and then go to LAX, and then try to land using the ILS approach. But here I'm going to show you this. So if you're to really do it an easier way, you can select the airport. Just type in LAX. So yeah, this is how you usually put the flight plan down. So if you want to use the ILS and have all the information pre-populated, then what you can do is just select your departure airport and then the arrival airport. But instead of doing the BFR, you will select the IFR. I guess it really depends on how far you're going, but since this is going to be a short distance, we can just do low altitude airways. So if you select that, now you see the different waypoints, and you can use this information for your autopilot as well. And another thing that you want to do if you want to do the ILS approach is that you need to actually select the runway, because ILS, in my understanding, it ties up with the individual runways. So what you will be doing is you select the runways here, and the ones that support the ILS, it's going to show ILS and then followed by the runway number or whatever you call it. So if you click ILS, let's say 24L, now you see a little magenta line. This is how you're going to be approaching the airport instead of you going straight up. So you'll need to make a little bit of a turn and then align your aircraft to the runway, and then the ILS will kind of take it from there once you're close enough to the airport. And I've been learning about this, and don't quote me on this, but if you're a real pilot and if you just know this thing ins and out, but just for the beginners, who are kind of people like me, I did some research, like Google search, and based on my understanding, ILS is pretty much using the radio frequency to kind of direct in terms of how the aircrafts actually land at a particular runway. And I guess the key thing is, they're, based on what I'm reading, is correct. They use the two beams to guide, one horizontally, one vertically. And I think I'll be talking more about this because a lot of times I've been trying this multiple times, and I guess half of the times, my aircraft actually flew past the runway. I think my altitude was too high, and if your altitude is not at the target altitude, yeah, it's not gonna like pick it up. The autopilot's not gonna pick it up. You will just fly over. I mean, fly over the runway. So I think you just need to align your aircraft. So and also kind of be in the target altitude. So ILS can actually pick it up and then just take over your aircraft from there. So, well, that's just my quick understanding or quick description of my understanding of ILS approach. So, yeah, once you select the approach and the runway from your initial flight plan, it's gonna pre-populate all of this information to the FMS. But I thought I just wanted to try it I learned another terminology called the cold and dark. I just like doing all the stuff on my own, like entering all the keying in all the information on my own and just doing it from a scratch, starting from the parking lot. So this video may get a little bit longer, but just like any other things that I have recorded so far, messing around, they're a couple of hours. Hopefully, this one's not going to be a couple of hours, and hopefully you can pick some stuff off of this video if you really want to try this approach on your own. And I think I just did a lot of research on my end, so I just wanted to share, if you want to learn. So instead of setting everything up front, I'm not going to set the arrival airport at this point. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start from a parking lot or parking, whatever you call it. Let's say I'll just start from I don't know, some random parking spot. And I guess let's do the quote unquote cold and dark. Okay, so this is San Diego International, and well, I'm just looking outside. That's a pretty good day. I don't really see a lot of clouds nearby my place. Which is 30 minutes up north of the airport. So okay, so now we're at the aircraft, and well, when I first started this game, I was just messing around on my own. I didn't even realize there was a checklist. So I'm just gonna use the checklist to make sure I'm just doing everything correctly in the order. So before starting the engine, I have set, let's check whether I have set the parking brake. I think I have done it. It should be already set. Okay, parking brake on. And power levers, oops, where is it? Yeah, it's at idle. Generator switch on. I'm going to turn it on. I believe this is the generator switch. I think they're on. Okay, chat. What else? Battery switch on. I'm going to turn on my battery. Okay, now it's on. Avionics master switch to dispatch. Okay, I'm gonna put it to dispatch. Okay, now my ATC is on. What else? So, okay, starting the engine. Right engine starter button, push.
Pause system test. Okay.
Okay, system test. Okay. Don't even know what that means, but let it do it. And 2%. I don't know what this N2 is, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna follow the checklist. It's 20%. And then I do start the right engine. Okay, it's running. I'm gonna ITT and N1 monitor. Where do I see N1? I guess my N1, I don't know, it's rising. I'll be skipping. Well, also do the same thing for the left engine. I'm gonna use the engine starter, cover on. Oh, do I need to wait or what? I need to wait, sorry, yeah. I need to wait until it hits 20%. 13%, 16, 17, Okay, 20. I'll turn it on now. And put the covers back on. Okay, so engine started. Now, what I'm going to do after starting the engine, avionics master switch on. Okay, I'll turn that on. On all the way. Okay, we have it. Lights on. Where's the light? Still need to understand like what all these different lights are for, but it's gonna turn the beacon on, net lights on, strobe on. Taxi, do I need to, well, I mean, yeah, let me just the taxi on. Logo, well, I mean, I don't know what the logo is, but I'm just gonna turn it on. Okay, so now only thing that we need to do is to release the brake. So what I'm gonna do first, before we actually release the parking brake, I'm going to enter the flight plan manually. So in order to do that, let's go to FMS and click on the flight plan, and you'll see the origin and destination. So origin San Diego, which is KSAN. Enter it here, KSAN, and then click. So now the origin is populated, and destination. Okay, our destination is KLAX. The same thing, click here. Where did it go? I should enter it again. KLAX. Okay, now it's in there. And then, so if you enter your flight plan, so that's pretty much simply your origin to your destination. You will not have the lags, like in terms of the different waypoints that you need to go through. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna come back to this page a little bit later. I'm just gonna go to the departure and airport. So if you see here, departure airport is San Diego, KSAN, and then arrival is the KLAX. So from here, in order for you to actually determine or kind of set which runway that you want to take, you click on the soft key for the arrival, and you'll see the different list of the runways here. Well, don't ask me about this star. I still don't know what this star is, but the only thing that I know is, I mean, these are the different runways, and if you see the first three letters, I mean, these are the different approaches, I mean, that the runway is actually taking. So let me just go to the next pages and see. So ILS, I'm going to be selecting one of those. So I believe, I mean, LOC is localizer, and don't ask me, I don't even know what that does or what that approach is. And RNAV, I know this is another like a GPS-based approach, but to be honest, I haven't really figured that out. I was just trying to focus on the learning about ILS and making sure, I mean, that kind of works. I mean, making sure that works for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select ILS 24L. And let's see, if I were to select, so you need to select your runway that you want to land. And you are going to select route and activate. And it took me like forever to figure this thing out. So first of all, I mean, if you see the line here, I'll show you. You see the yellow line here? Let's move to the main window. Turn this thing off. If you see your main what's this screen called? P something display, whatever. Yeah, I'm not really a pilot, so but if you take a look at your screen, you see the yellow. Well, let me take it back. So if you were to go back now, so now you entered everything in terms of the runway that you want land at pretty much. Now, I mean, if you're to see the lags, now you see all these different waypoints. So first of all, I mean, you can see all the different waypoints here. And the first, like the numbers that you see here, so this is the first waypoint. Like if we were to set the autopilot, so this is the first waypoint that we're gonna hit, and we wanna be at 172 knots, and the flight level, that's what FL based on my research. The flight level at well, this is 2 zeros at the end, so that's 13,000 feet. That's pretty high up, I believe. And then so forth. You're gonna hit P fila. That's an ideal speed that you want to be at is 172, around the altitude of 1,000. The 10,000 feet. And then if you just keep scrolling, now you see the altitude or the target altitudes going down as you get closer to the airport. So that's pretty much how you see it, and you'll be able to see that information on your screen as well. So that's going to be the waypoints that the autopilot will take once you hit once you go up in the air, and then do the nav button. Click on the nav, put the aircraft on the nav mode. That's going to direct our flight automatically, so I don't really have to touch anything, which was a new thing for me, because I think I mentioned this thing in the another video, but I was just I didn't even know about this autopilot thingy, so it was always a constant struggle for me to keep the airplane on like around the same altitude, around the right speed. I didn't even know like whether I was traveling at the right speed, but anyways. So and another thing that I'm gonna do, hopefully it works. I'm not really a YouTuber, or I'm not really skilled at video editing, but I'm gonna have a short clip in terms of where to actually find this information, although everything is actually pre-populated here, but you can also reference and double check, cross check this information using the information available from SkyVector, which is one of the websites. You can see the different the instrument approach procedures. So hopefully we can tie that information back. And one thing that we need to check is making sure that the nav frequency is set correctly. So if I were to see 424L, based on the departure arrival information that I entered, it auto-populated the nav 1 to 111.7. So this is the information that you need as you turn on the approach mode in your autopilot, which is available here. So once you get close to the airport, and once you're kind of lined up with the runway, you're gonna be turning on your approach mode. And from there, the flight's gonna take over, and it's going to descend, and it'll try to align. We can talk about that a little bit after. But in order for that to happen, we need to have the right frequency. And based on the SkyVector information, this is the correct frequency that we have. So this is SkyVector, and I didn't even know about this site, that the site existed. But I was watching a lot of people's YouTube videos, and somebody actually introduced me to this particular site, which is free. And what it does is, you can actually look for the airport information, including the runway and the different approaches that each runway takes. Basically, well, I don't know. There could be some other reasons why people use this, but because I've been just focusing on learning about the ILS approach, that's this site. I just mainly use it for that purposes. So since I'm going to go to LAX, I'm just going to find LAX and see what are the different options that I have. So let me just find LAX. Go. Where's my LAX? I think it's around here. So this is LAX. So if you hover over, find your airport, target airport, And if you hover over LAX, KLAX, it's gonna list out the different instrument approach procedures by the runway. So the way you identify which runway takes which approach, I mean, simply just look at the name. So I mean, the ones that start or have the characters like ILS. This is my understanding, so don't quote me on this. But they actually take the ILS approach for those. And if you scroll down, you see the RNAV. And I believe, I mean, this is another approach that the airplanes can take using GPS, but this, I mean, I still haven't gone to this level yet. And these days, I mean, I was just messing around with the Cessna 152s, and I just tried to figure out how to use it or to fly more properly based on some of the things that I've been learning these days. So let me just use ILS as an example. I mean, so let's say, I mean, that we're gonna land on runway 24L left side. So this one takes the ILS. So if I were to click on this, it's gonna show you a little PDF file with a map. Looks complicated and it's small, so let me just make it big. So first of all, I mean, if you see the title at the right hand corner, it says ILS or LOC, localizer runway 24L. So this is the runway that we are targeting to land. And up on the top left, you see the localizer frequency. So this maybe, I mean the pre-populated as you enter your flight plan, but you just might want to double check because, and I think simulator is pretty accurate. So if I were to set my arrival as the LAX, and if I were to set up the ILS approach, I mean, this information gets automatically populated, at least from the Cessna CJ4 wise. That's what I have seen. And I believe, I mean, that's the same if it has a like somewhat of a modernized FMS. So, I mean, we can still double check whether it's 111.7. And down here below, you see some information about the tower, and this should also match in terms of the tower frequency as we get closer to the airport. But let me see. So if you see down here, yeah, it looks a lot complicated. But yeah, the way, I mean, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go through every single one of them, and I don't really know every single one of them. I'm not really a pilot. I've been playing this game and trying to just figure stuff out as I go. But like key highlights, I mean, that I use in terms of the information. So if you see overall, I mean, the heading will be, your heading as you go towards the airport, it's going to be 251, and you're pretty much approaching from east to west, and you're gonna land towards the coastal line here. And you see a lot of different characters here, and these are the different waypoints. And if you see, let me just make it a little bit bigger. So if you see the numbers on the top, this is I believe the target altitude as you approach each waypoint as you get towards to the airport for landing. So you will start from 9,000 at, what is this, Pifila, and 8,000 at Salwa, and 7,000, 6,000, and so forth. And whatever the numbers in bracket, that's the actual distance from one waypoint to another waypoint that is listed here. And if you also see, we saw at the top, the localizer frequency is 111.7, and you'll also see the same information down here, localizer frequency. And let me just go down a bit. And you see the similar information here, but in a different fashion. Let me just make it big. Hold on. Oops. Let's go down. Sorry. It's the same information, but in another angle. So you'll start, I guess, well, let me take that back. From Pifiola, I mean, you're gonna start at 10,000 feet, and then you're gonna be start descending, and these will be the different waypoints that you will be hitting, and these are the different distances between each waypoint until you get down to Suti. So you see the little the X mark here, and don't quote me on this again, but this is, I guess, when you are going to be turning on your approach mode. I believe, I mean, based on my understanding so far, it's at the end of the day, I mean, localizer or the ILS, I mean, it uses the radio frequencies, and which have a limited range. So as you get closer to the airport and as you align to the airport, this is when you're gonna turn on your approach mode, and the autopilot will pretty much level everything out. That makes sure, I mean, that you're going to be aligned to the airport, and even from the altitude perspective, whether it's going to take it automatically until you pretty much land. So having said that, I'm just gonna punch in this information to my FMS, and let's see how it goes. Okay. So that's pretty much everything right now. But for those of you who actually have flown in autopilot mode, we usually see the magenta line, not the yellow line, which the flying, I mean, once you get up on the air, and then once you put the plane to the autopilot and put it into the nav mode, it follows the magenta line. So, and I was wondering what this yellow line was like, because I made, I don't know how many hours that I actually spent, but once you actually get on like this with the yellow line on, and if you put the autopilot and put it on the nav mode, it's not going to follow that line like as you expected. So it took me a while to figure out, and I just saw it from somewhere last night, and then I tried it last night as well. So let me just go back to the FMS. So once you set your departure, like let me go back. We set everything here, right? We decided we're gonna land at ILS 24L, and then did the route thingy. But you need to actually hit, once you activate it, you need to hit execute. So now you see the line changing into magenta. Now it disappeared, but it's gonna pop back up. So now, I mean, the line is magenta. So this means that once you put the airplane to the nav mode, it's going to follow this path and hit those waypoints. So now I think everything is pretty much set. I'm just gonna, let's see, what's the initial target altitude for the first waypoint? Let me just go back to the legs. I believe it was 13,000 feet. So I'm just gonna, before I take off, I mean, I'm kind of clumsy, so I'm just gonna set the altitude to 13,000. Come on. Once we go up in the air, I'm just gonna turn on the autopilot and let the plane go up to that target altitude. But yeah, even the autopilot, I thought everything was automatic, or everything is just set. But throttle wise, I don't know whether this is the limitation within the game or the actual limitation of this aircraft. But yeah, throttle, I mean, that you have to adjust yourself to be at the right speed. So I don't know whether I'll be able to actually match up the speed. Maybe I'll be going a little bit faster to just go closer to the airport, and then try the ILS. But let's see how it goes. But seems like everything is done. Yeah, and before I actually head out, I'm just going to make contact with the tower. So given that I have entered the ILS, meaning that I'll be flying based on IFR, I think the clearance will be, it will be the IFR clearance. So let's see how it works. So I'm gonna ask for the clearance first. So now you see request IFR clearance for instrument flight plan, because I put the instrument flight plan. So
clearance delivery Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra IFR to Los Angeles, ready to copy.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is cleared to Los Angeles Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency
now-
is 119.6 squawk 1605.
Okay. Read back.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray
Clearance.
Golf Sierra cleared to Los Angeles Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 27 climb and maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 119.6 squawk 1605.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, read back correct. Contact ground on 123.9. Good day.
Okay, so the tower told me something. They gave me the clearance for the IFR. But and another funny thing is, I mean, yeah, you'll be hearing. I mean, if you listen to the communication from ATC, and again, this is only for the people who haven't flown before, who doesn't know anything about flying, just like me. I thought that was just a funny word, squawk, and then whatever the numbers after, and I was like, well, what is that thing? And I kind of looked it up, and it seems like, I mean, that's like a original, like, unique identifier that the tower actually gives you to identify like who's flying where at what altitude, what speed. So I think, I mean, this information, they will keep giving us the new squawk codes, and I guess we just need to keep updating. So the way of doing that is here. You see down here, right now it's set to ATC1, 1200, and I don't recall, I mean, based on what I read, I mean, if you put ATC to, or the squawk code of 1200, that means you're kind of anonymous. ATC will not really bother you, but I'm sorry. But don't call me on that again. I'll just kind of look it up on your own for your pleasure, but I'm just gonna put the squawk code, transponder code, I mean, that's what they call here, updated. So this is 1605 now. What else do we need to do? So we updated it, and well, it says like a target altitude of 12,000 feet. So let me just adjust my altitude setting to 12,000. And again, I guess we are ready. I'm just gonna, let's see, do we need the back? I need to depart from runway 27. I still don't know where the runways are, so I'm just going to follow the lines. I have that assistant option on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, let's see, where's my aircraft? Where are my dotted lines? What happened? Hold on. Just gonna put my option turned off. Navigation aid. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit glitchy. I mean, they turn my options, I mean, they change my option settings without me knowing. So let me just save to at least see the taxi ribbons. All right, my line back on. What happened? It's on. I'm just gonna go and see. So do I have, I'm gonna put the flaps down. Oh, sorry. Well, first I need to set off my parking brake. Parking brake off. Put down the flap. Adjust my, well, I'm just gonna check my air, well, hold on. I need to request taxi IFR.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra with whiskey ready to taxi IFR.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taxi to and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway Hotel Charlie Charlie 1. Contact tower on 118.3 when ready.
Roger that.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Hotel Charlie Charlie 1 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Okay, I think now I see the taxi ribbon, so I'm just gonna apply my throttle a little bit. much. Gonna move. Yep. I see the feel the vibration. It's moving. Hey. See you later, dude. From the right place. I think so. Oops. Should stop here. I missed my turn. I'm just gonna go. I'm good. Nice sunny day in San Diego. Going too fast. I'll make a stop. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna turn back to the tower. And I'll
Lindbergh
request for the
Tower
takeoff
Cessna Alpha
clearance.
Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra at runway
In the
27 ready
meanwhile,
for
let's
departure
make sure
IFR to Los
there's nothing
Angeles.
coming in or going out.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra altimeter 29.74 wind 288 at 14. Cleared for
Not
takeoff
do the
runway
visual
27.
check. I'll just make sure.
Lindbergh
Sanity
Tower
check.
SkyWest 3487 9 miles east inbound localizer runway 27 approach. SkyWest 3487 Lindbergh Tower. Altimeter 29.74 wind 288 at 14. Cleared localizer runway 27 approach.
Cleared for
Knowledge.
takeoff runway 27 Cessna Alpha Sierra
Takeoff
X-ray
clearance.
Golf Sierra.
Cleared localizer runway 27 approach SkyWest 3487.
Align my aircraft to the center line. Wide turn. And I'll put the throttle up to the takeoff. There you go. Speed 100. Lift off.
Lindbergh
Holding
Tower,
on the
generic
line.
November, 6121 X-ray 10 miles, east inbound localizer runway 27 approach.
I'm gonna do
Generic
is
November
I'm gonna
6121 X-ray Lindbergh Tower. Altimeter 29.74 wind 288 at
vertical
14.
speed.
Cleared
Well,
localizer runway 27 approach.
is it on?
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra contact SoCal departure on 119.6. Good day. SkyWest 3487 wind 288 at 14.
I'm talking too much. I'm just gonna put the autopilot on, then do the vertical speed
Cleared
on,
localizer runway
and I'm gonna
27
start
approach, generic 21
ascending.
X-ray.
Let's just
Cleared to
do
land runway 27
2,000
SkyWest
feet per minute.
3487.
Now autopilot is engaged, vertical speed on. If you see my screen, I see a teal line here. I mean, I guess, and you see a small number up here. That's the target
Cessna X-ray Golf
altitude.
Sierra, did you copy?
Yes, I copy.
119.6 for Cessna X-ray Golf
Let's
Sierra.
keep going up. I guess my flight directors, let me turn it on, and then I'll put it onto the net mode. I think we're kind of off track now. So now the net mode is on, and now you see the plane is actually banking towards the magenta line, so you can actually fly the follow the path. I think, oh, it's banking a lot, so I'm just going to do the half banking. Considering I have passengers, I think that's what I heard. Not a pilot again, but I heard the half banking to have a little bit better flight experience, I guess, for the passengers. That's what I heard. Damper on. Not sure what that is, but I guess it's kind of also for the smoother flight based on my understanding. And let's check out the flight path. Range.
Lindbergh Tower, SkyWest 3487 is going missed. SkyWest 3487, contact SoCal approach on 1240.
God, that was loud.
SoCal departure Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is passing 5,700 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Oh, forgot to put up the landing gear. Put up the landing gear. Flaps up. And I'll put it to the climbing in terms of the throttle. So if you see TO, that's takeoff, climb. Around that level, that's climb. I learned that too. And then once I hit the target altitude, I'll try to. My speed is kind of going up and up. Right now it's 270 knots, and looks like I may hit overspeed. Let's start reducing the throttle a little bit. The aircraft is fast. Yeah, I just adjusted the throttle a little bit, although you guys cannot see it. I'm just using my controller to use. It's around that same range, 285.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra contact Los Angeles Center on 128.15. Good day.
Okay, good day.
128.15 for Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Look at the speed again. Maybe I need to reduce the throttle just a little bit more. And this is a good time to actually check on the flight plan. So the first waypoint that we're heading at is Circus, I guess. That's how I read it. Look at the LAX. So yeah, KSAN, this is the airport that we departed from. And then now the first waypoint is Circus. And target altitude or flight level is 13,000 feet. So I'm just going to put it at 13,000 feet and let it keep ascending. That
Los Angeles Center
contact the
Cessna Alpha
LA
Sierra
Tower.
X-ray Golf Sierra is at 10,600 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
And we are on autopilot.
Golf Sierra, Los Angeles Center altimeter 29.73 continue as planned.
Okay, so altimeter is 2973.
You are 7-8 miles southeast. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach by a SEBA transition. Clear to
I'm not gonna land there, dude. No, I'm not landing there. But I set it at 24L.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra climb and maintain flight flight level 180, keep speed not above 270 knots.
180? That's way too high. Okay,
Climb
whatever.
and maintain
As
flight
you
level
wish.
180, keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via Seaview transition, cleared to Seaview Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Did I pick 25L? It's my comp frequency. I'm just gonna make a quick check. And it sucks that I cannot really show you my Sky Vector page. But just gonna check, making sure. Localizer there is 11.7. Yeah, this should be 24L. I don't know what they're talking about in terms of 25L, unless they want me to actually change it. Oh,
Southwest 631, you are 65 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 20 left approach. Los Angeles Center Spirit Winds 326 Heavy is at flight level 245, descending 10,000 feet. Spirit Winds 326 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, continue as planned.
Like another runway for. Yeah, this is what I initially selected. Now I'm gonna request this. This is what my ILS is for.
Southwest 561 Los Angeles Center, altimeter 29.71, continue to LYNDI as planned.
Come on, let me talk.
Descend and maintain 3,900 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 20 left approach. Southwest 631.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, please expedite your climb flight level 180.
Jeez.
Los Angeles Center, can Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra get runway 24 left?
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, you are 67 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via SEVA transition. Sidestep runway 24 left. Clear to Cebu.
ATC is requesting for me to climb up fast. That's what I'm doing. And then I got the permission to land on 24L. I don't know what got into them. I mean, based on information that I entered in, it should be 24L. But now they're asking me to. They were asking me to land on 25L. So I'll just calm them again to change. So it's going to go as we planned, hopefully. Let's go back to the legs again. I don't know why they're asking to be up this high. I don't think I'll need to make a really rapid descent if I were to like go up all the way up to 80,000. I don't know. Are they just playing with me? Fine, I was
Descend
quite
and
worried.
maintain 12,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via Seaview transition. Sidestep runway 24 left. Cleared to Seaview Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center on 126.35. Good day.
Descend. Vertical speed on again. It's gonna start descending. That's way too rapid.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, please acknowledge.
Okay. It's way too busy. I cannot enjoy the scenery.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Reduce the throttle.
Southwest 631, contact Los Angeles Center on 134.575. Good day.
Okay. Look at the scenery. Airplane is kind of wiggly. Maybe it's windy.
134.575 for Southwest 631.
Los Angeles Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is at 14,200 feet, descending 12,000 feet.
American 2635 contact.
I believe, that's my first waypoint, Circus.
Good day. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Los Angeles Center altimeter 29.67. Continue to SEMO as planned.
And to adjustment barometer.
United 24060 or 53 miles.
3967.
And maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via CRC-US transition. Cleared to CRC-US.
Almost down to 12,000 feet.
Southwest 3153 or 60
Speed is a little bit too high. Let's adjust my throttle.
5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via CETA transition. Cleared to CETA.
Welcome to SoCal. This is SoCal.
Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via Crocus transition. Clear to Crocus United 2406.
Getting close. I think I'm getting close to my first waypoint. It's
Skywest
on
3,
the
6
map.
7 you are 62 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via CRC-US transition. Cleared to CRC-US.
Los Angeles Center United 253 is passing flight level 360 descending 10,000 feet.
United 2406 contact Los
All very busy
Angeles
talking to
Center
each other, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
113.85.
stick to my flight plan.
Good day.
So
United
I'm gonna
253 Los Angeles Center.
have my
Continue as
altitude
planned.
up a little. I guess it doesn't really matter. I
Frontier
don't know,
Flight
maybe it does,
75,
but
143, 8 miles east. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 26 left approach via Taco transition. Cleared to Taco. United 253 contact Los Angeles Center on 134.
Yeah, it's one busy airport. I'll tell you that for sure.
Delta 3 2-Niner contact Los Angeles Center on 128.15. Good day. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via CETA transition. Clear to CETA.
Based on what I see from Sky Vector, I think
Skywest 319
should
contact
be
Los Angeles Center on 128.
turning on my approach mode nearby Suti. I think.
American
So
280,
pretty much right before I actually land.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Keep speed
Or,
not above
well, I'm just gonna turn it on
270
like
knots.
a,
Expect ILS
if I
runway
think it's kind of
25
close
left
to the
approach
airport,
via CETA
my approach
transition.
mode, and see whether that's going to actually work.
Cessna X-Ray Golf
So,
Sierra, you
fingers
are
crossed.
600 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet altimeter 29.76.
Oh man, they figured.
Skywest 3153 contact Los Angeles Center on
Okay.
132.85. Good day.
Send. Guess they
Los
kind of
Angeles
figured.
Center, generic Juliet Sierra, X-ray 302 is at 7,000 feet, climbing
My
7,600 feet.
altimeter.
Generic Juliet Sierra, X-ray 302, Los Angeles Center,
Testing
altimeter
the altimeter again.
29.72, continue as planned. 132.85 for Skywest 315.
They're not even giving me a time to respond.
Climb
Okay,
and maintain
acknowledge.
12,000 feet Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Delta 449er, you are 61 miles east. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via CETA transition. Cleared to CETA. Skywest 3637 contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85. Good day.
There. I think we're kind of inland.
Descend and
What's
maintain
that?
5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via CETA transition. Cleared to CETA American 2886. Generic 302, please expedite your climb 7,600
Is that my
feet.
waypoint? I think that may be my waypoint.
Cessna traffic is 8 o'clock 2 miles at 13,400 feet generic. Report them in sight.
I don't know.
American 2886 traffic is
2 o'clock for me,
4
or
miles
2 o'clock
at
when it comes to
12,800
compass.
feet C25C. Report them in sight.
Not really seeing
X-ray
anything.
Golf Sierra descent and maintain 10,000 feet.
Okay. Costing too much.
American 2886 have the Cessna C25C in sight. 132.85, SkyWest 3637. American 2886 contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85. Good day. American 2459er, you are 61 miles east.
Oh man,
Descend
it's a
and
busy day.
maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots.
I think we're almost getting there. It's pretty close.
Clear to Sea-View. Generic 302, please expedite your climb 7,600 feet. Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via Cesar transition. Cleared to Cesar Delta 449er.
I'm following what ATC is telling me. I mean, although it's like a little bit below than what
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
what my
Cessna
flight
X-ray
plan
Golf
says,
Sierra.
but it is what it is. They rule.
132.85, American 2886.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via SEVA transition. Cleared to sea to American 2459er.
Oh, I just passed Circus. I think it's 3,000 feet below what I initially, what the flight plan actually told me, but I'm doing it. But next,
Contact Los Angeles Center on
yeah, for the next waypoint, P Fiola, the target altitude is like 10,000 feet, so I think I'm there. Okay,
Generic
whatever.
302 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at 11,700 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic 302 climb and maintain 8,000
My speed is a little bit too high. I mean, it says the target speed of 172, so I'm just gonna reduce the throttle even a bit further.
Climb and maintain 8,400 feet. Generic 302. SkyWest
Am I going
3372
too slow? What's all this beeping noise about?
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Keep speed not above 270 knots. Expect ILS runway 25 left approach via Cesar transition. Cleared to Sea-View. Delta 449er traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 10,700 feet Cessna C25C. Report them
1,000
in
feet. I
sight.
think I'm on track now.
449er contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
My
Good day.
the PFD again. Getting there.
Going to 132.85 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Finally. Man, that lady has been talking a lot.
Los Angeles Center, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 10,000 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra Los Angeles Center altimeter 29.71 continue to Tarek as planned. Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra traffic is 9 o'clock 2 miles at 10,500 feet generic. Report them in sight.
See
Los
anything?
Angeles Center Delta 449er is passing 10,300
Yeah, I don't really see anything.
descending 10,000 feet.
2 o'clock? Is that 2 o'clock there? I'm busy. I'm busy.
Los Angeles Center American 2459er is passing 12,300 feet, descending 10,000
Now,
feet.
Salwa. It's 9,000 feet. When I reduce the altitude to 9,000 feet,
71 continue to KRAIN as planned.
and I will do vertical speed again.
5 o'clock 2 miles at
1,000 feet per minute.
10,700 feet Cessna C25C. Report them in sight.
See
Cessna
it.
X-ray Golf Sierra traffic not in sight.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra descent and maintain 8,000 feet.
It's me, XGS, K8000, as you wish.
Climb and maintain
If you say so.
6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via LIVV and transition. VVN. Delta 449er, have the Cessna C25C in sight.
It's idle.
Climb and
Picking up
maintain
speed as I'm
6,000
going
feet.
down.
Expect ILS runway 24 right approach via lift. Transition cleared to live. Generic tree 30.
I'm getting close to the airport or my runway.
Descend and
So
maintain
hopefully my
8,000 feet Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
ILS actually works.
Los Angeles Center Skywest tree 372 is at 14,000 feet, descending 10,000 feet.
I'm now heading
Cessna
towards
X-ray Golf
Walnut.
Sierra contact SoCal approach on 124.3.
How many different radios, do they have?
Delta 449er contact Los Angeles approach on 128.2. Good day. Skywest tree 372 Los Angeles Center
Yeah, whatever.
altimeter 29.74 continue to KRAIN.
8,000
as planned.
feet. Good. It's my next flag.
124.3 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Hurler.
128.2 Delta 44.
Oh, God. Keep it like this for now. Oh, man. 8,000 feet. The 7,000 feet. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's 5,000 feet. Oh no, that's the airport. One other airport, I think. My plane is banking a little bit, I think. Is it banking? No, it's flying straight. Okay, let me contact SoCal approach.
SoCal approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is passing 7,200 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra SoCal approach altimeter 29.74 continue to gate as planned.
I think they're actually beating off of my waypoint. They're just saying something random, but hopefully it's a bug or something. I'm just gonna follow my autopilot because I don't really see gate. Never part of my plan. I don't really see it, but I'm just gonna continue on. Venus is 60. Right there. Let's keep climbing down. Next thing is phase. Phase, was it 5,000? Yeah, phase is 5,000, so I'm just gonna do my vertical. Okay. I see Suti. I think that's the last waypoint until we do the touchdown. I think we're getting close. We're approaching phase. I need to turn. Well, time to put the flaps up.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra descend and maintain 3,600 feet.
Okay.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear down. Next waypoint. What's next waypoint? Julie.
Cessna X-ray Golf
40.
Sierra, please acknowledge.
Yeah. I heard you.
Descend and maintain 3,600 feet Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Almost there. Two. Speed should be around 150. The landing speed. I think we're kind of lined up and close enough, but I don't know whether we're within the range or something. As I pass Booby, that's a funny waypoint name. I'll try to. Let me first check how far we off from Yeah, once I get to Suti, I'll just turn my approach mode on.
Cessna, X-ray Golf Sierra, you are 15 miles east of Los Angeles.
Okay.
Contact Los Angeles Tower on 133.9 when inbound.
Tower on 133.9 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
And close. Terrain mode.
Los Angeles Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra
CT.
X-ray
The
Golf
target
Sierra
is
13 miles
22.
east inbound ILS runway 25 left approach sidestep runway 24 left.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, Los Angeles Tower. Altimeter 29.69, wind 227 at 10.
69.
Cleared
Okay.
ILS, runway 25, left approach.
No, you had me wrong. It's 24L. I don't really
Cleared
care.
ILS runway 25 left approach Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Altitude 21. T was 22. Make it quick. Once I get to Suti, I will turn on the approach mode and hopefully it picks it up. Once I turn on the approach mode, I'm gonna have a little magenta diamond here and like a one horizontally, one vertically. And that's going to be pretty much, I guess, in my interpretation, two beams that are being shoot out from the runway, so I can align myself. So my aircraft is going to actually try to follow that and adjust itself to line up. Didn't finish my flight. They're asking me to stop my main engine. Not so fast. So I'm getting close to Suti, and speed, I'm pretty much in that range, I hope, around, like, it's keep reducing, 157 right now. Altitude is around 23, 22, I mean, it's 23. But yeah, now from the outside cam, you see like I'm pretty close to the ground now. So hopefully I can work this ILS approach. So I need to actually pick up a little bit of a speed. I think it's a little bit slower because the throttle back on a little. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the first I need to change the net mode. So right now you see the net FMS1 here. This needs to be changed to localizer mode. And this localizer goes back to the frequency that we initially entered. And now you see the diamonds, and then I'm gonna do the approach mode. Turn it on. And see the magenta. So hopefully, I mean, this the vertical one kind of goes up. That means it's kind of matching. So I'm not really changing altitude or anything now, but it's going down. Speed, I'm picking up the speed, so I'm just gonna reduce it a bit. But yeah, it's working. ILS is actually working. If I were to see from top. Yeah, I copied that. Yes. So it's actually working. I'm not really touching anything. It's just slowly descending, and my aircraft is lined up with the runway. So all I need to do is make sure I'm at the right speed. I think my speed is too high. I'm just gonna put my throttle down. It's down, yeah. 162, and I don't think it does the auto landing. I don't know whether this is the game limitation or whether it's the same thing with the real aircraft, but right before it gets close to the touchdown, I'm gonna disengage the autopilot, and and I'll do the touchdown myself. Oh, wow. I think
Going around Delta 868.
in terms of the speed, it's okay. Time for me to disengage the
contact Los Angeles approach on 128.2.
autopilot
Good day.
here. Okay. A little bit rough, but I kind of made it
128.2
using
for
ILS.
Delta
I mean, it wasn't really
868.
perfectly aligned, but you see the concept. I mean, you don't have to worry about like adjusting your aircraft constantly, like right before you actually do the touchdown. So it actually worked out for me. I'm still a bit fast. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Cessna
whoa.
X-ray Golf Sierra contact ground on 131.975.
Whoa, whoa, sorry. I was trying to exit the aircraft. I mean, the exit too fast. I mean, it's not good, but somehow I
Going to
stopped.
131.975 Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
In a park somewhere.
Los Angeles ground Cessna Alpha Sierra
that
X-ray
was
Golf
crazy.
Sierra taxi to
I guess I shouldn't be doing that. I should
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra
Build the
taxi to general
speed
aviation parking via taxiway
before
Romeo
I
Charlie
exit the
Charlie 10
taxiway
Bravo Charlie
or
3 Charlie Charlie 2.
runway. So sorry about
Taxiing
that.
to general
Rough
aviation
landing
parking
and
using
rough
taxiway Romeo Charlie Charlie 10 Bravo
exiting,
Charlie
but
3 Charlie
we're
Charlie
here.
2
We
Cessna
use the
X-ray
ILS
Golf
approach.
Sierra.
We're here. I think I'm super far off. Just gonna fly. Too fast. One guy that I watched on YouTube, he said not to, even on the ground, I mean, you're still flying a plane. You need to be really cautious, but I guess I didn't really follow that this time, but hopefully next time it'll be a lot smoother. Right. Parking. Yeah, should be around like walking speed. Oh, wow, it's foggy all of a sudden. Too fast. Too fast. Let's not throttle down. Yeah. There. Airports, even after landing, I mean, there's a lot of long way to go. And making a turn. And it's a long way to go. Going too fast, I guess. Almost there. Turn around. Turn. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hit the bus. Guy. Waypoint. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna put the throttle down. Parking brake on. And I'm just gonna Shut off the engines. Generator off. Battery off. I did 2 landings. I don't know how this happened, but I don't know. I confused some of you guys even further, but hopefully, you guys kind of picked it up. But I was going to demonstrate about the ILS based on my really beginner's level knowledge. And yeah, sorry about the rough landing, rough taxiing, but I think that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for watching if you were watching this. All right.